And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's live stream, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily British content. Guys, in today's live stream, we are going to be discussing, of course, what you see in there in the title. Pro-Palestine crowds are set to destroy Remembrance Sunday as terror warnings have been issued. And of course, this really gets on my nerves, genuinely, because it feels as though Palestine or pro-Palestine parades are happening every single weekend, certainly up and down the UK. But there's one weekend a year where people from the United Kingdom, people from Great Britain, mourn the death of our fallen soldiers, whether that be from the World War all the way to the Falklands, to Afghanistan and Iraq, and more conflicts, more recent conflicts. And again, a lot of British people want to be able to remember the falling on the 11th hour, and obviously Remembrance Sunday is the big one. Now, obviously there's a big parade that's going to be happening in London, as it is every single year, but there's loads of other parades going to be happening up and down the country in various locations, and to be fair, depending on where you are, there's probably going to be one in your local town, or at least there should be. Now, there has been a warning issued for veterans attending, of course, the Remembrance Parade, and it's just truly disgusting. We're going to react to it, but let me tell you the story as such right now. But the annual Remembrance Day Parade will implement their biggest security operation ever to protect veterans amid concerns of terror attacks tied to Middle Eastern tensions and warning that pro-Palestine demonstrations may target the event. The security will include a series of screening checks and searches, in addition to showing an e-ticket to enter Whitehall. The former soldiers will be required to show their government-issued photo ID, such as passports, driving licenses, and 2 utility bills to officials. Some attendees will even have to hold their next of kin card with their contact details, while bags are banned altogether. This follows concerns of potential terror attacks linked to heightened tensions in the Middle East. Special Forces soldiers have been deployed to join counter-terror officers from the Met to stop lone wolf attacks. So this usually is kind of normal. Undercover SAS soldiers will be amongst the crowds, and the SPS Special Boat Service will patrol the River Thames. Some sources have said that one source was told The Sun that he's been told there to be there for 8 a.m. and bring all the ID and e-ticket. It's hard for veterans in their 80s who obviously struggle with computers. Following this, of course, there has been pro-Palestinian groups have suggested that they intend to join the crowds attending the parade at the cenotaph. Similar groups are set to target the Day of Remembrance across the entire country, as the Student Federation for a Liberated Palestine has called for a Student Day of Action, coordinating a network of 15 pro-Palestinian student groups. I think this is one of the universities here in Cardiff, but they're planning to do a protest on the actual 11th as well as the Remembrance Sunday. The student group said that they would protest to mourn and remember all of their martyrs and remind our institutions that the student intifada isn't going anywhere, it only continues to go stronger. Obviously, at last year's event, there was this same crap with this sort of pro-Palestine groups that were in attendance. Obviously they need to be everywhere. They crashed it, of course. At the time, Prime Minister Richie Sunak did sort of condemn them as and say they went too far. But however, regarding the security in place for the London event, is said to be one of the highest yet. Now, this is truly troubling because, as I said, my opinion on this is, I've got a couple of opinions on it, because firstly, of course, this day should just be about the soldiers, and people should be able to mourn soldiers that, of course, have passed away in wars, or, gave the ultimate sacrifice in the wars gone by, conflicts, and more recent conflicts like Afghanistan, Iraq, Northern Ireland, all of these things. And this pro-Palestine march shouldn't be able to happen. This shouldn't be able to happen. And the Met Police, within their right minds do have the power to actually stop these marches from happening, but they're not. These people are going to be infiltrating veterans and be going alongside them. And one thing is for certain, it will seriously kick off if you've got veterans all together, British patriots all together, and you've got these clowns showing any disrespect. It will kick off if that's the case, if they are going to be infiltrating the ranks of the people that are going to be taking part in the parade. Now, GB News actually had somebody on, I think a West Midlands police officer, and he basically came out and sort of condemned it and stated that they should be banning pro-Palestine protests that are planned for Remembrance Sunday, and so they should. As stated, pro-Palestine marches are set to disrupt the Remembrance Sunday commemorations, have been branded appalling and demanding amid calls from demonstrations to be banned. As stated, the protests are set to take place across the whole country, with groups in Birmingham, Liverpool, Bath, Ireland and London set to take over the streets on the day of remembrance. The West Midlands police have confirmed that they are aware of planned demonstrations, but have not taken any action to ban the protest, as their policing powers do not allow them to cancel such event, as it stops free speech. So free speech is all well and good unless you're on the other side, unless you're sort of pro-Palestine. But of course, with the Met Police, the case, I'm saying the same situation happened last year with regards to Remembrance Sunday. They came up and tried to ruin things. And again, it's just one of those things that they just can't keep silent for one day of the year. And they're going to be showing face yet again and trying to destroy Remembrance Sunday, which is absolutely disgusting and shouldn't be happening. Again, in London, the Met Police should be putting a ban to it. Again, I'm sure when you're doing a protest, you should be going out there with permission. How the hell this has been passed off on Remembrance Sunday seriously needs to be looked at. And again, everybody has their right to go out and protest. Again, with the British Patriots were out a couple of weekends ago protesting, and that's perfectly fine. But there has to be a bit of control when there's one day every single year that's used to mourn the fallen soldiers, people that gave the ultimate sacrifices for this country, to pay their respects to those people without having to worry about pro-Palestine marches taking place next to it and having these people infiltrate the ranks of veterans as they look to mourn friends, family. It's truly frustrating. Genuinely, it is truly frustrating. Also, there, as I stated there, guys, there's heightened security for this one as well. Apparently, a lot of security going to be deployed just because of potential terrorist attacks that could take place. Again, I think this is normal protocol. Obviously, this is a high, documented event. Of course, veterans going to be in place. Obviously, there would be lots and lots of security, making sure that nothing happens. But it's a really sad place to have when, there's just one day of the year where people get to pay their respects for people that have gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country. And it's stopped by, again, I think some students there that are going to be mourning their martyrs. It's ludicrous, genuinely. Some of these guys, the pro-Palestine and stuff like that, and some of these ones that are mourning their martyrs might need to go out to fight for themselves if they want to go out there and pay their respects to their martyrs and stuff. It's absolutely ludicrous that there's people within this country that are going to be disrupting a day for mourning our dead, so that they can shine light on the Palestine stuff. It's truly disgusting. And again, you can choose your side, what you think is right or wrong with regards to the situation that's going on in the Middle East. But this day is just for British veterans. And in fact, people that have fought alongside us, allies, and that have fought alongside us, in all of the conflicts, as I said, all dating all the way back to old wars, the World War I, World War II, all the way through to the Falklands, Northern Ireland, even sort of Borneo, loads and loads of conflicts, Afghanistan, Iraq, all of those sort of stuff. It should be just for them. And again, they can choose any other day of the year to start doing these stupid protests. And in fact, it is every single week. But again, 1 week that they could have just stayed quiet is for tomorrow. But again, it's always got to be the case, and they've always got to try and take the shining light away from people that gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country. For those of you guys, is there anyone going in attendance? Is anyone traveling to London tomorrow at the Cenotaph? Do let me know your thoughts on this whole situation. But yeah. Take your hat off, says somebody. The vet should stop snub snarber. Yeah, no, definitely. It's absolutely disgraceful. Guys, just going to take some comments as well, guys, if you want. A lot of veterans said they may turn their backs when Starmer lays his poppy. I've also heard that, yeah, people, of course, going to be turning their back, of course, on Keir Starmer when he lays his wreath. Again, that's like a subtle protest and also a bit of a calm one, just to show what they think of him. Tracy says she's going to the one in Liverpool. Again, that one's saying here, this is from GB News, that's stating that a protest is set to take place in Liverpool in terms of the pro-Palestine marches as they look to disrupt Remembrance Sunday. I'll be there, says Derek Marshall. Remember them as long as been forgotten by our government. Our day, says Clark Ramsey. British soldiers died in Palestine World War II, still buried over there. Remembrance Day in Canada is on Monday. Yes, Remembrance Day is on Monday for Britain as well, but you also have a Remembrance Sunday as well. So yeah, the 11th day of the 11th month, of course, is on the Monday, but usually you have a big sort of parades that happen on the Sunday. So that's why it takes place on the closest Sunday to the 11th. So that's why many parades will be taking place tomorrow. It's truly disgraceful. It genuinely is. No, definitely. But let's take some more comments, guys. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comments with regards to this. How do you feel about sort of pro-Palestine marches taking place? And do you think there will be any trouble? Do you think there's going to be trouble across the country? There's many parades that are obviously going to be taking part. And as stated, some of these have been saying that there's going to be 15 pro-Palestine marches set to disrupt the Remembrance Sunday commemorations. Up and down the country, as stated, guys. Birmingham, Liverpool, Bath, London, all being targeted for it. And again, it's truly disgraceful that they can't just allow one day and have to make it all about them, which is really disgusting. And we'll kick off because the authorities won't stop it. So yeah, I mean, again, is it a setup? Why is it being allowed to happen? That's the problem. Why is it being allowed to happen on that day? We know that there's going to be trouble. There is always trouble. And again, they tried to cause trouble on the sort of Tommy Robinson Unite the Kingdom march. And again, they will try and cause trouble again today, especially if they're infiltrating the ranks of the veterans as they sort of march towards the Cenotaph and across the rest of the country as well. It's truly annoying and frustrating and disrespectful. That's the term to use it. Disrespectful, that they shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be allowed to do this. But again, it is what it is. Again, it's all right when you can protect people's free speech. I'm all for it. But again, when they censor absolutely everything else, and then the free speech card comes into stopping these marches happening on Remembrance Sunday. Then they play you can't stop free speech card, whereas the whole summer was banning free speech. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense. But guys, I've kept you for long enough. Do let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think things will kick off? And do you believe, and how disrespectful do you believe this is going to be with the pro-Palestine marches taking place across the United Kingdom in anti-protest, of course, to British patriots and veterans paying their respects to the fallen on Remembrance Sunday. Again, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Peace.